Yo, what's up guys? Today I got a video for you on Gohan. I've been testing a lot of different lists for him, so I'm actually going to have two different lists that I've been playing with. One is the Gotenks package, and then one's not the Gotenks package, but we're going to go over the list, go over some games, and then some of the strategies I've been using. So this is the Gotenks list I've been using. We are playing 60 cards in here just because we are doing a lot of milling, and I feel like for the Gotenks package to work, you really need to mill quick, so that's why we're playing the Kabito Kai. But we're also playing Pan. I think she's probably the best mill because we get to choose what we put in our drop. So we play 4 of her, play 4 Pilaf because Pilaf is really good, and then we play the 4 Kabito Kai because he mills 3 right away. So we can play Kabito Kai and Pans early to help set up a drop for an early Gotenks if we need to. So yeah, we're just doing a bunch of milling. I got 4 of these cantrips, the Trunks cantrips, and then the other Trunks cantrips, just because early game I just want to be playing a bunch of 1-drops. And I found 2 middle to late game. I have a bunch of energy open, or not a bunch, but I have usually 1 energy open. And this just helps me draw and use that other energy. But then yeah, we're running the Skinny Gotenks package with the new Goten and Trunks. They're pretty cool. I go back and forth. I think like this list is viable and it has some pros and cons. Same with the other lists. They're cool because you can play them early, just on turn 2 if you want to establish pressure. And then they're also good if you can do Skinny Gotenks on like turn 3, and then you play out 2 20k bodies, which they need to answer. So, and they have some pretty decent effects too. This one lets you swing your leader for a +5, so either swing for 20 or 25, and then this one lets you bounce 3 or less back to their hand, so a little bit of board control there. And then speaking of board control, we're using 3-drop Trunks as just another way to clear board, and it's a self-awakener, and also doesn't have a hand restriction for clearing board. So I like running this. Gives us answers to their board if we're not going to be able to awaken and do our Gotenks play line. And then we're running for the Gotenks, Skinny Gotenks, to play out the twins there. And then we're running the 4-drop Gotenks as well. I really like this card. Like if you get to play this on curve with your hidden potential, it just feels super awesome. And then especially if you have 10 cards in drop, he's at 35, so it's like really hard for red to remove, and then you're just swinging really big, so you can clear board pretty easily with him too. So you can bottom deck at 4 costs if you do the hidden potential route, and then you can swing into board for 35 as well, or swing face. Yeah. So then we're also running the Vegito package, right? The 4-drop into the 6-drop. Awesome. I really like this line of play. Because you get to play out this guy, the 4-drop, and then he's another swing. So if you wanted to, you can on 5 energy, you do your leader skill, you do overwhelming confidence, and then you play out the 4-drop Vegito, and then you get to swing with him. And if you have, usually we'll have a bunch of cantrips and stuff on board, so you swing and then combo, so go 20 or whatever you need to go to. And then after you get to pay 2 and play out the 6-drop from your drop. And then so you get 240 swings or whatever you need to do. So you get to swing leader, 20, swing Vegito, and then swing twice here. So that's 4 swings. So it's really good late game if you need to like if you're trying to go for game, you get this extra swing, which could be super important. But then, yeah, we're running 4 super combos. I'm running 2 donuts. Cards really good. It just felt like sometimes I didn't really get a chance to play it. I played it a couple times, but I think I would take this out, or at most just leave it at 2, because I'm really trying to play other stuff on curve. This is kind of like late game. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to play this because I'm stuck with one of their cards on board, but it's okay. And then we're playing 4 Overwhelming Confidence. This is like the play line, right? You're just trying to awaken, and then on turn 5, play this so you can play out your SCR early. And then 3 of your hidden potentials really good to get that early game Gotenks going. And then I also like to use, it's also good because it acts as like another battle card in case like you mill something and you have this late game, you can just use it and play something out. So yeah, that's one of the this is the Gotenks list, and like I said, it's pretty good. But we're gonna go over another list right now. All right, so this is the other list that I've been running with. We're running 59. I guess I could have made it 60, but yeah, we're running 59 here, and I just like it. It looks really clean, and I only have 3 SCRs, so maybe if I had a fourth one, we can make it a nice clean 60. But yeah, so this is the list I'm running right now, and I think this is actually probably the better one, even though they both have like the pros and cons, like I've said. But we're still running the 4 pans, 4 peel-offs, and then we put in the Mai's. I really like the Mai because it helps us awaken, because sometimes they will not awaken us, they'll sit us. So this helps facilitate us awakening and being able to do our plays. I'm running the Goten that bounces because I realized I needed some kind of control early game in case they started aggroing us, because we didn't really have, I'm not playing the Gotenks package with the 2 drops. So this helps us bounce. And then it also works really well with Mai too. So I know I've done a bunch of plays with Mai. We have a bunch of bounce, so Mai actually works really well in this deck. I'm also running 4 of these Bulmas, and I think this Bulma is like really, really good in this deck because it's kind of like Pan, where I get to choose what I put in my drop, and then it just keeps cycling my hand and letting me get my effects. I know I used it a couple times where like had too many cards in hand, so I used Bulma, had Mai out, and then I bounce something, get the draw, and then at the end of the turn, I get another draw with Bulma. So I really like her, and I think going forward, I'm going to keep her in the deck. And then we're running the 4 Kabuto-Kais still. In the non-Gotenks version, I think this might, like, you could probably cut this, especially if you're running Pan and Bulma, but I kept it in there because it's another way to mill, and it's another 10k, so it just gives me some more ways to mill and combo power. And then also late game, it is kind of nice because I know there's a couple games where like I had my SCRs on board and I had like a couple cards in deck. I needed to get the cards out of my deck, so I just played Kabuto-Kai, mill, and now I can swing 50-50 with my SCR. So, but yeah, he's up for like if I want to keep him or not. And then we're still running our 8 cantrips. Like I said, we like to draw, and then we have usually like 1 energy to do some plays with, so these help fill that space. And then 3 drop trunks, really good card still for removal, doesn't have a hand restriction, and then it's also another self-awakener, works well with Mai as well. And then we still have our 4 Gotenks, the 4 Vegetos, our 3 SCRs, super combos, and then we're going 4-4 on overall confidence and hidden potential. I just felt like I really wanted to see this kind of early so that we can have some kind of board control. But this list lets me have a lot of ways to control my hand, control my drop, and control their board. So I can clear stuff with Goten, like I said, Trunks, Gotenks, and then by the time we get to the late game, we are able to drop our SCRs and we can clear with that. So this is the list I kind of settled on, and I think going forward it's going to be something like this instead of the Gotenks. But I have games with both of them, so we're going to go over those right now. All right, so this is a matchup into Daima Goku. We're going to go through them kind of fast as well, but the ending's kind of funny, and we're able to do some cool things. The list I'm using in this one is actually the one with the skinny Gotenks. Like I said, I've been going back and forth between that package or not, and I think they're both viable. I'm not exactly sure which ones I prefer. They both have pros and cons, but let's go through this here. We're just gonna play cantrip, draw. I'm gonna take all these hits because we do want to awaken fairly fast on curve too. We'll go ahead and charge peel off. I charge peel off actually a lot in this this deck because you usually end up having a lot of cards in hand, and like early, like to mid game, you're not really playing peel off. Usually late game, so I feel okay charging him. then we're just going to play Kabuto and mill a bunch of cards. Kabuto I think is really necessary for the Gotenks list, so that you can fill your drop up pretty quick, and then if you needed to, you can play out your 3-drop Gotenks and have the drop fulfilled. So go ahead and take that hit. He plays out the TOP. This TOP is actually really annoying this match. It saves him a lot of combo power. But we're gonna go ahead and play our Goten here, and just put a little bit of pressure on board. He does answer the board pretty well with the Gohan that negs the entire board, and then we're just gonna let that Goten go. It doesn't swing, but we do have we are able to hard cast our Gotenks, which is still really good. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Bottom deck is 3 cost. And then we're going to go ahead and swing. I do want to swing at him and kind of awaken him sort of fast, because I don't want him stacking the 2 cost self-awakener that swings for 30. I don't want him stacking those because he has to take life, so I just want to get him down low before he can just play a bunch of those, and they're pretty nasty. So he's going to swing at us. We're going to take. So this is a match where I'm not awakened by turn 5. So we have to play a little slower, but we just keep playing out these Gotenks, and they're going to be pretty tough for him to answer, because now they're 35. So next turn we're going to be at 6 energy. You start dropping boss cards. He plays out his SCR. He's going to go ahead and clear our Gotenks. It's totally fine, as long as he's not swinging face right now. And then he's going to swing and awaken us. So, yeah, as you can see, we have a lot of cards in hand. And that goes back to like the whole peel off thing. Not able to really proc peel off, so but we're just going to swing at him. See what he does. Uses TOP. We're going to play our SCR. That way we can bounce his SCR. And then we're going to do the skill. And then I just pass here and don't swing with the second attack. This forces him to not play the SCR. Or if he does, he has to have the answers. But he doesn't. And he kind of messes up here. I don't think either he didn't have the cards or he didn't do the math right. But I think he's kind of prepping for his next turn. But we're going to go ahead and combo out of this double strike. And he's going to combo out of this with the TOP. But now we're going to be able to drop another SCR. And then we're going to go ahead and bounce back his TOP because it's pretty annoying. So cool thing about this SCR is it can bounce any card on the field. And then we swing again, play another SCR, swing. And then we get to bounce the double strike. Or actually we bounce the Whis. That's right, we bounce the Whis. And then you can pay 1 here to play Donut and stun that. So to answer both of these is going to be pretty tough. I don't think he really can. So you're just going to play his SCR. So this is a cool little like strat against red, right? Depending on what energy they're at, like not swinging twice forces them to not play their SCR. Or if they do play their SCR, they're not going to be able to clear this. They have to really choose. So now we had exactly the amount of cards in deck to proc these to 50. And then we're going to swing 40, start getting cards out of his hand, and see if we can get him to proc his SCR vulnerability, and so he does it on the 50. And then we're just gonna go ahead and swing again. And like we have 8 energy still, and I think we still had. No, we didn't have it in a drop, but we have the Gotenks that we could play if we really wanted to here. Just gonna do a little peel off looping, swing for 60, cool. And then we can play Gotenks and then do some peel off looping. So yeah, the peel off is good late game, and then maybe early game if you have really no milling or any cantrips to play. And then we're gonna go ahead and swing in for game. Got lots of 10Ks, go for 125, and then I guess he just didn't have the combo power. But yeah, it's a game against Daima. Okay, so this is one of my matchups into Haloku, and this deck's kind of annoying for us because they can bottom deck a lot of our stuff, and we want stuff in our drop at the bottom of our deck, right? So here we're using the Gotenks package again. We're just going to go ahead and draw. Don't really have anything to put stuff in our drop right now. So, oh, there we go. Get a pan. It's going to be perfect for us to play next turn if we want to. Bunch of 0Ks here, but it's okay because we're going to actually play the Goten so that we can just get a little bit of pressure on board. And so we force him to kind of answer us. And in this match, I think I'm going to take it a little slower because I know Haloku can go pretty aggro. But yeah, so we force him to clear board, which is fine. Means he's not doing any kind of Adele stuff and going aggro. Swing. Now we can do pan. Start putting cards into our drop. And we need to play out this guy. It's Trunks. And apply a little bit of pressure with it. And then once again, he's going to have to answer this. And then next turn, we can hard cast our Gotenks for whatever he plays right now. But it looks like he's going to peel off loop and grab back some Great Saiyaman extra card, bottom deck it. Kind of annoying, like I said. And here we get to play Gotenks. We're going to bottom deck a Sharpener because Sharpeners are pretty good. They act as basically another energy for them. And then he's at 5, so that's perfect. We'll just leave him there. And then if he awakens us, then we can do our SCR play. Good. And then we're just going to combo out of all these here. And then he goes ahead and bottom decks that. We can charge that. We're going to clear his Hercule. Hercules are pretty nasty against us. We're going to combo here just to start getting him low on life and awaken him. And I wanted to get cards. I needed to get cards in my drop too. That's the thing you need to be aware of is like how many cards are in your drop so you can facilitate the 4-cost Vegito. So I think I might have over-comboed because doing the math, like I ditch 1 and this ditches 3, and then the Vegito itself ditches 1. So, but still swing with pan was alright because we get him to awaken and then give us a card with either swing. So we go ahead and do our extra card player. We're not going to combos, we're just going to swing clear board there. Do the skill, and then now we're going to be able to swing 40 twice at him and bounce his Videl. Cool, just got a bunch of cards out of his hand. Now he has to answer this 6-drop. I know some of the Halokus run the 6-drop, so we're going to see if he's running that. But it looks like he's instead going to opt to go with some other lines of play with the Hercule. I'm going to play Videl, grabs the Saiyaman, so I expect Saiyaman to come next. Plays another Videl. We're going to end up taking that one just because I didn't want to combo my peel off away, and then I had 2 super combos there. So Ends up getting rid of the SCR, but it's okay. We got another one. We'll swing to Hercule here with our cantrip. Swing the Dell. And then we're going to clear these Videls because I didn't want to bounce it back to his hand so that you can just keep recycling. So I just want to get him into the drop. So that kind of really hurts them. And then we can always bounce that field card now with the SCR. And here we're going to give him exact numbers. Exact numbers are really important late game. And he goes with the Great Saiyaman 2 package. And then we're just going to calm out of this because I know there isn't any other big swings coming. And I can just take the rest with, I just tank the rest with life. And then we're going to go ahead and just save our SCR here. And that's kind of going to be the end of it there for him. Yeah, he realizes it, and if you can't remove the SCR, it's obviously just like a huge threat for them, and he probably didn't have the answers, the combo power. So that's one of my matches into Haloku. Alright, so this is a match into Jiren. This one looks like we're still playing the Gotenks package here. But we're going to stick to the same player. We're going to try and draw cards and then put stuff into our drop. And then awaken and do our whole combo. So we're going to play some cantrips here. Draw, we got pan, so we start putting stuff in our drop. Perfect, we get to play our Gotenks and the 4-cost Vegito in there. We're going to take all these hits, got another 4-cost Vegito, charge one of those Gotenks, play Kabuto Kai, we're just going to start milling stuff, get our drop nice and full. Like I said, Kabuto Kai is pretty good with if you're joining the skin Gotenks, so you can get this out early and have the twins come out. But here he's going to go ahead and he's asking if we have the answer to his Jiren, and him awakening us means yes we do, because we have hidden potential and the Gotenks, so we can do the skill, hidden potential, Gotenks reduces this, and then we get the bottom bracket. So maybe he didn't have another play, or maybe he was just gambling that we didn't have the answer. So, but we have the answer. I'm going to go ahead and swing. And we swing with our big Gotenks. It's also nice, too, having Kabuto Kai, because it means we get to feel our drop real quick. And it makes this 35 pretty early. And that becomes pretty hard for them to answer. As you see, he has to play that one drop and then play the Vegeta to KO it. So we're okay with that. And then here we are at 5 energy with our overwhelming confidence in hand. And plenty of stuff in the drop. Gonna go ahead and play it. Play our Vegito. Now we get to swing here. And we're just gonna swing and combo off stuff because we want him to definitely take it so that our SCR now can swing and get value. And we're going to swing 45. Going to take all these here. Maybe not the right play for him to do. I don't know. And then we're going to do that little trick against red where we don't swing the second time to make them have to answer this without like making it hard for them to answer. So he has to go Gohan here, and then he's probably going to play God Kamehameha. Or he plays Sphere, that's right. So he can play Sphere. But it's okay, because we have another SCR in hand, and We're going to be able to drop that. So we might as well just swing into the card and his battle card and have him give us a card. And then here, we're actually going to go ahead and swing again. I probably shouldn't have, but I wanted to pressure him and just keeping cards out of his hand here. Because he was at 1 life. And I do have this other 4-drop. And I don't know if I had... Okay, I did have SCRs and drop. But yeah, we still just wanted to pressure him. We're going to combo out of this so that he can't double strike us. And he's going to play a bunch of cantrips, going to D up. But we have another SCR and drop, so we just swing him. And then we can do the peel off loop, right? So we get that extra swing with the Vegito, get some cards out of his hand, and then he realizes what's coming, and there's gonna be at least 4 swings of 40, and I have cards in my hand to combo. So that was a matchup in the Jiren. Alright, so this is one of my matchups into Baby. He's playing the Rildo package, and we're using the list that I posted in the beginning of the video. Strategy here is we're just going to try and mill and control the board as much as possible. Awaken by turn 5 so we can play our boss card. And yeah, let's go over it. We're going to try and go through these a little bit fast. So we're going to draw some cards here. I have the Bulma and the Capito Kai, but I wanted to get some more cards in my hand just so I know what to discard with Bulma. We're only going to probably need one of these hidden potentials. So I'm going to go ahead and charge the other one. But it looks like we have our setup with the hidden potential into Gotenks. So we're going to put Gotenks into our drop. The only thing we're really missing, we're not going to be able to do a turn 3 Gotenks, but we're just going to put it in the drop just in case we do find Mai. So next turn we can definitely awaken if we want to. I really like the Bulma though. She sets up the drop really nice and filters through the deck. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of that, the Giru. We find another Bulma and another Mai, which is pretty good. I like these Mai's in here because we get the self-awaken, and then they work really well with a lot of the cards we have for bouncing, get us extra draws. And then here I'm actually going to grab some stuff from the drop just so I can start building a little bit bigger hand size. And black doesn't really have a very efficient way to get rid of my cantrips on board, so I feel pretty safe stacking the board. They just have Girus, and if he wants to do that, that's totally fine. It's going to waste energy doing that. I didn't want to self-awaken there because I knew he was going to probably get a bunch of attacks in here if he really wanted to. And so we can always just save that for next turn so that we can do like our hidden potential play. So we're going to go ahead and swing at him, see if he takes it. He doesn't. He feels like there's a bigger card coming, which I planned on having a bigger card coming. But we are going to go ahead and awaken so that we can do our hidden potential play. Cool, we're going to do that. And then I'm going to hidden potential and play Gotenks. And then we're going to end up bottom decking this... the Rildo, just because I want to make it a little harder for him to play out the chain, right? So we could do that, proc Bulma, super awesome, get a draw. So we have a bunch of 10Ks. I think we don't only have a handful of non-combo cards. Well, actually we have a decent amount, but that's why I like having the Bulma in the pants, right? So we can just discard those, put them in the drop. So he's got a pretty big board here. And we're going to have to answer that because we don't have board wipes in this list. Don't have Zeno, don't have Sickle. All we have for removal really is Gotenks, 3-cost Trunks, the Gotenks, and then our SCR, but they only remove one at a time. So next time we're probably gonna have to swing into some of these. But we're just gonna go ahead and combo out of all this. Combos that. I want to stay pretty, I want to stay at 4 just because I know they can do a lot of attacks once we get to this late game. So we're just going to combo out of all this. Okay, so this turn we're at 5 energy. We're going to go ahead and do our overwhelming confidence play. And we're going to swing as board, start to clear it. And I'm going to play out the 4-cost Vegito here. I'm not going to swing or anything with it. I don't want to waste cards comboing, so we're just going to play it at the 6-drop out, and then we're going to swing clear his board. I decided just to bounce that. If he wants to play it out again, sure. It's going to cost him some energy to do that. And then we just swing at face. So we have 2 big cards on board that he has to answer or try and kill. But I'm going to go ahead and take that one just because I didn't have exact combo power. And once it gets to this kind of late game where he's swinging a bunch, I want exact combo power. So we just end up taking that. And then we can combo out of all these with exact combos power. And he's going to do a bunch of attacks. And we're going to combo out until we feel like he doesn't have any more swings. And here he decides to go for SCR, and I could have kept it alive, but he could have swung Bardock into it, and then I just wouldn't have been able to do anything, so I'm just going to let it go. I have another 6-drop in hand, and here we're going to try and go for game, so we're going to swing 30, because I was going to get a super combo or 2 cards. We get the super combo, and then we can swing with our Gotenks. 40, and then here we're gonna split the attacks. I'm gonna go 45 just so he has to give me a super and a 10, and then we go 50 here. So hoping once again, like I said before, that sometimes you just gotta take the risk and we gotta go for game. Hope he doesn't have it. So here we swing for 50, and he doesn't have it. So yeah, that was my matchup in 2, baby. Alright guys, so that was some of my games and the list that I've been using for Gohan. I've been trying to get really some good games, but in ranked it's kind of hard to queue up because there's not a lot of people playing at that rank right now, and it takes like 10 or 15 minutes just to queue in, and I don't get to kind of pick and choose what matchups to test against. So some of those games were in free match, but I tried to choose the best ones and not just people making bad mistakes. But that's kind of the gist of the Gohan deck. And like I said, I think you can do a couple different ways for sure with this. But I think the general idea is just to go with the 4-drop Gotenks as kind of like your early mid game, and then going into your SCR play with the extra card. And like I said, I think I'm going to stick with that second list with the Bulma and the Mai's, because I think it just it feels really smooth. So, but yeah, if you guys have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them down below. But I will see you guys in the next one.